we know that, of course, part of the reason for these updates, part of the reason for all of this software in the first place, it is to protect against criminals. Jake Moore is Global Cybersecurity Advisor for ESET, Europe's leading cybersecurity company, or one of them. Good evening to you, Jake.
Good evening.
Look, rather than talking in generalities, which we can do later, about how criminals are normally trying to infiltrate the systems, how quickly will they be reacting to the current situation, trying to exploit the vulnerability from Friday?
Well, they've already started, actually. Criminals follow trends and current topics and are very quick to react to major news events. They strike while the iron is hot, and that's what they do best, especially if it's linked to technology. And that's what hackers have done here. So they've looked to see if they can jump on sending out rogue fixes of their own. So attachments in phishing emails, for example. But we've also already seen today CrowdStrike themed domains. So websites that look like legitimate sites, but they registered to take on an authentic feel. And that's where they're sending some people, so maybe IT admins, to those sites in the hope that they might actually download these attachments. But of course, you can imagine the IT admins around the world. They're all tired. They're all frustrated. They've got CEOs breathing down their backs of their necks. All these things going wrong. And there is a chance that other mistakes can occur. And it's a numbers game for criminals. They're hoping, just like typical phishing emails, that someone will click on something and that will just cause this big issue to go even further. And of course, that's why we need to make sure that people are staying vigilant and making sure that they keep all of their data secure and don't click on anything that they shouldn't.
But when you say that numbers game, once someone does click on it, do all of the people in their circle become infected as well, or how does this work?
So it all depends. There will be criminal gangs that are looking for, say, data. They might be looking to say, enter your credit card details here. You know, the typical ones we've seen in say, ones that we would see on individuals. But what I suspect that cyber criminals will do the most here is with the fact that the update that is required actually jumps into the core part of the operating system. It's called the kernel. So this kernel is a level that means it has the highest level of access into the operating system itself. And with this fundamental layer of access, which goes between the hardware and the software, which has caused the error, to fix it, it has to jump back into that part of the computer, which means they'll have so much access they can do anything with it. And if these criminals are quick, which of course they are, they're sophisticated, they can create this new, new strain, this new virus very quickly and send it out, and it could have some huge damage. But even more striking, I think, would be if they were to send it off with the attached fix and then remotely monitor those new machines. And that's what we see sometimes when these criminals all over the world that are, say, sitting in amongst the computers without anyone knowing about it for months. And we always think, how on earth did this happen? But they can do it so cleverly in this stealth operation, and then they can just monitor and do even more damage. So it might be a good few months before we really see the full impact here.
Do you think foreign powers could be looking at an opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, we can't suggest anything else right now. I think that is a very good question. We've seen this before. They're usually the ones that enjoy the stealth mode the most. And this is a tactic we've seen in the past. It can be months when they're looking at, say, for example, governments. And so as the fact CrowdStrike are used by the biggest companies all over the world, it would be guessed that they would be taking advantage of this, at least attempting to try and take advantage of this.
Jake, thank you. Claire, thank you. Nice to talk to you both. Let's move on. West Yorkshire Police say they will be relentless in searching for people involved in violent disorder in Leeds on Thursday. 5 people have been arrested so far in connection with clashes in the Hare Hills area of